Okay, so here goes. I was going to make this amazing vlog to start off, and with what's been going on in Scott and my life recently, I kind of changed my mind. What I want from this vlogging is I want to be real with everybody, and I want to bring you guys into our lives and let you see what we go through. There's so many of our family members and friends that we don't live close to, and the only way that you get a glimpse into what we go through and where we are in life is through social media, telephone calls, emails. Today is going to be kind of raw and uncut. Again, I had a plan. I was going to do my hair and my makeup, and I'm just, I can't right now. As some of you know, Scott has been dealing with personal issues. And I guess that's the easiest way to say it right now. Well, a couple weeks ago and right now where life is concerned, everything's kind of a jumble. So timelines, I couldn't tell you if stuff happened this last week, the week before, the week before that. I can't. Scott can't either. We have no sense of time right now. Scott finally got a diagnosis. He's been diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. We knew he had it. Seeing it on paper, getting a diagnosis is a completely different thing. And I don't think we thought that it was going to be as difficult to go through as it was. It was a relief to finally hear somebody say what we knew and we've known for a long time. So there's a lot that we want to share with everybody, mainly to help others who are going through this and let you know you're not alone. You're not. God is working in our lives in ways that we know God's amazing and we know He can, but I don't think we expect it. There's a community out there of people who are waiting with open arms to help and want to help you. I think that we're going to get into this. I don't know how much we're going to share right now. It's kind of still raw and it still hurts. And I don't think it's ever going to not hurt. I think kind of like when you're dealing with somebody that you love, them dying, it never gets easier. It just gets different. It becomes different. You learn to deal with it differently. You learn to live differently. We've been fighting this battle together since 2009, 2010. Scott has been battling with this, fighting this since 2003, I want to say. we still have a long road ahead of us. And we don't know, right now, we don't know what's down that road. We don't know what's down that path. I do have to say that we have some really amazing guides that God has put in our lives, and He is definitely shining a light on the path. If you've ever wondered what PTSD looks like, that's what PTSD looks like. Those faces, it's not just the soldier, it's not just the person that is mentally dealing with it. It reverberates onto every single person in their path. Wives, husbands, children, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, friends. I'm exhausted. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm exhausted. But I keep fighting, and I will keep fighting, and I'm going to fight till the bitter end. This is a battle that Scott and I are going to win. And in the process, we're going to help other people. That's our main goal, is we're going to fight for those who, you hear it all the time, they describe those that fight the PTSD battle as those with no voice. We have a voice. We have a voice. Some people just don't know how to vocalize. And our goal is to help those who don't know how to fight for themselves. I can say in our journey, I see why people that are going through this eventually just give up. I really do. It's been an uphill battle, and it's tiring. I know, I keep saying that. I'm tired. Scott's tired. But in the same breath, we're strong. You know, if I could say one thing, if you're going through this, find somebody that you're comfortable talking to. Find somebody who will just listen. And it's okay. It doesn't make you less of a person. You know, we have these suicide hotlines, and we've got rape prevention hotlines. What about PTSD? It's not just military. And every case is not the same. You know, one thing we noticed was Scott got a lot of questions like, you're not going to hurt yourself, are you? You're not going to hurt somebody else, are you? Not everybody with PTSD is suicidal. Not everybody with PTSD is homicidal. Scott and I were talking about it this morning, and it's, you know, it's like a prism. Every case, every person is cut differently, and so it refracts differently. It's a different journey for every single person, but you know what? You're all connected in the same way. If you don't feel like you have someone to talk to, you know, if you know somebody that's going through this, those of you that know that your spouse or someone that you know that's close to you is going through this, please reach out to somebody. Please don't Don't think that it's gonna get better by itself. It's not. All you're gonna do is bury it, and eventually it's gonna come back, and it's gonna come back worse than it was if it doesn't get dealt with. You're putting layers upon layer upon layer, and then it's harder to deal with. I know this because I watched Scott go through that. If you seriously, if you don't feel like you have anybody else to reach out to, please reach out to me. Please email me on Facebook, on Gmail. Those of you that are on here have my Facebook. Those of you that are seeing this that aren't on my Facebook, M Robertson, ROBERTSON0109 email me. And if you need to talk, I'll give you my phone number. If you don't want to talk to me, you can talk to Scott. If you don't feel comfortable talking to either one of us, we have resources. We have people you can talk to. There's always somebody out there, but you just have to reach out your hand and allow that person to take your hand and help you walk through it. I'm going to use this vlog for me. Scott may get on here and he may use it too. This is going to be therapy in a way. It's not all going to be about PTSD. There's a lot of other things that's going on in our lives. Lots of fun stuff to share, lots of exciting stuff to share right now. This is our world at this moment, because we have to wade through the deep waters to get to where we need to go. Scott's health is number one. The title of our vlog is Crayons in the Cookie Jar. I mean, it's to us it's perfect because there's chaos in our house, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Our boys are just the most amazing blessings we've ever received. And sometimes the house is dirty, sometimes the house is clean, sometimes it's quiet. They're sleeping right now, so it's quiet. Sometimes it is the loudest place in the world, but when after the boys go to bed and I pick things up and I find the little stuff that they hide, or because they're playing their games, or it just shows me how blessed we are. I get to wake up every single day next to the love of my life. Sometimes I get to wake up next to him and my little loves of my life. They give me hugs and kisses and loves, and Mommy, you're the best mommy in the whole world. You're my favorite mommy in the whole world, and I love you so much. What an amazing thing to hear. And you know what? That gets us through. Yes, we're dealing with PTSD. And yes, we have a long road ahead of us. Life is different now. We're on a different journey. We're still Scott and Marcia. But we look at life in a different way. And Ethan, Connor, Logan, and Wyatt help us to remember to play, help us to remember to love. They help us to laugh and to look at things and go, you know what? Could be worse. I know Scott's dealing with this, but he's got it a lot easier than some other people. I've heard some stories of others who are dealing with their version of PTSD, and we count our blessings. So again, if you need to talk, please feel free. Contact us. And remember, if you don't feel like you can talk to a human being, God's always got you. Always. He's a prayer away. You don't have to be in a formal place. It doesn't have to be the perfect time. I do it all day long. I talk to him in my head all day long. And he hears me, and, he keeps me grounded where I need to be. So thanks for watching, and I'm sure this sounds like a jumbled mess, but we'll get there. We'll get there, and it'll all make sense, I promise. I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and talk to you soon.